Hey guys, okay, so today I'm going to show you Thea's suction catheter and how we measure to make sure that the depth is correct when we suction her. And then also I'm going to suction her and add it to this video so that you guys can see it in action. So this is her trach and her inline suction is right here. So this piece would disconnect just from right here. So this is what the suction looks like. The suction catheter looks like. So it's kind of hard to see in there, but there is different colors, and that usually shows how far down we are to go whenever we are suctioning her. So you do not want to suction past the edge of this right here. So whenever we measure, we attach. If it's not already attached, usually it's already attached. And then we are gonna feed this through. So let's see if you can see it. So you'll see that little black dot right here moving. And then I'm going to feed it through. You can kind of see it going through the trach itself. So that little black dot right there, that shadow, until it gets to about there. So you can see it kind of poking out just a little bit right there. So ideally we don't want it to poke out. So whenever you see it from the front, let's see if I can show it up. There is that little red dot. So that is what's gonna show us how far down we need to suction. Okay, so we don't wanna go past that. If anything, we want it to be a little less in the trach than further down, just because when you go further down, it has the ability to damage either her lungs. If the trach is close by to her lung, it's going to poke it, or anything else that could be in that general area. So this is what it looks like. Again, her trach is a 4.0 Bavona flexed end. This trach is a special order, so the ones you get from the hospital are not flex, as you can see this is. They are completely stiff. So again, you need to make sure that your trach size and your trach type is similar to ours, but you still, checking it wise, you would still want to feed it the same way until it gets to the edge of the trach. Okay, so there's the catheter. This end is going to be what hooks up to the suction itself. Okay, so I will show you guys that whenever I do the actual suctioning of Thea. But also I wanted to show you guys what our suction catheter looks like, the back. So this is it. Right now we are using an 8 French. And I'm not sure of the brand, but I'm sure if you have any more questions, you can ask me and I can type it out for you. It might be a bit easier. But this is it. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to suction her. It might get loud for just a second, but this is usually what it looks like. So you have her trach, inline suction, and then her HME, which is the inline humidifier. Okay, so I'm going to connect her suction. This is her suction tubing. So we have it preset. We do 300. I believe at the hospital they say they don't want it to go over 100. But ours started to kind of die, so we had to up it a little bit. I would definitely say start lower number-wise, and then as you see how it's suctioning her, if it doesn't feel like it's getting enough out, then tweak it slightly higher until you feel like it is at the correct strength. Okay, so it's going to get loud for just a second. Okay, so I'm going to connect this right here. I hold on to her HME, and then I'm going to feed it through until you see the red dot. I'm going to push on this right here. Hold it down for 2 seconds, 1, 2, and then I pull it out. So she doesn't have too much. So she doesn't have too much. She hasn't been sick or anything like that, and that's usually when she's a bit junkier. But normally we can see in this window what it is. So we will look in this window to see if it's too thick, to see if the color is a greenish tint, which usually will indicate that she has some sort of virus or illness in general. Which you can kind of think of yourself. You know, when you're sick, your boogers tend to be more green. So it's kind of the same with her. Because she's been healthy lately, luckily we don't have too much secretions coming out, which is really nice. So now I will disconnect this, and then she's good to go. So because she's getting a bit older, and she's a little bit more restless, we have been disconnecting her suction catheter and just keeping her on her HME. So let me show you how that would work. Can you sit down, please? Okay, so we would pull this off. So it would look like this. Pull off her HME. So this. And then this would go directly to her so that she can play. And then this we'd have to keep sanitary. So a few different ways that we do it. You can get like a sandwich bag and we'll kind of stick it in and then zip it kind of off to the side. Or if you have a lot of these, you can just kind of throw it and then grab a new one. We tend to get more than we need, which is really nice, especially in the beginning. So we do have extras, and that's normally what we would do. But ideally, you just want to keep it sanitary, make sure that there's no, even like dust getting on it, because that in return can go down her, into her lungs. And also really any germs in general. So we're going to throw this away just because we don't need it. And I actually have not done her trach ties yet, so I will replace it with a new one when she's fully clean. So yeah, there you guys go. If you have any more questions, just leave me a message and I will get back to you. Please try to have them a little bit more detailed so that I know exactly what to put in the videos. But I hope you guys like it. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye, friends. Bye. Bye. Can you blow a kiss?